forward.
It's like spreading knowledge.
It's an honor to be here.
Understand the business of business.
Making that reality real.
Networking like this.
Leimert Park is a mini capital of that creative center.
An incredible suite of professionals.
Turn it up.
Fashion tech, cryptocurrency, music monetization, brand, career coach, Afrofuture, lifestyle, digital, full steam ahead, into the future of mixed reality.
Welcome to TEC Leimert. You are in store for an amazing day.
There's also a complimentary ticket in there for the Sparks opening day.
The Technology and Entertainment Conference is TEC Leimert's marquee event, where the Leimert Park Village is activated with a day of activities with panels and workshops dedicated to educating the community on innovations in technology and entertainment.
Today I'm here for TEC Leimert. This is my second year here, and I'm just here to spread the message of what I'm doing and to spread Black excellence, especially in technology. And we hope that today, whatever message we do give to the people, that it really encourages them to pave the movement forward.
I came out here today to speak on digital branding, and I'm also super excited to see all the speakers today. I've looked up to a lot of them, so it's an honor to be here and speaking on the same panel.
Happy to be here at TEC Leimert. I am moderating a panel called Monetization, Music Monetization, and it's basically just giving information to people about how to make money off of your music as it relates to posting things online or social media or with our streaming platforms, just basically how to make money on your music.
Is there going to be a reception afterwards at Regency West like last year?
I attend Cal State Dominguez Hills, and one of my classmates actually talked about the event, and I looked into it, and I saw a few panels that I was really interested in, like cryptocurrency and how to get into the gaming industry. And there were other ones as well, but it has different timings, so I chose the ones that I thought were more important.
Can we get Dad? Mark, can we get a picture real quick?
I currently work at Live Nation in sponsorship, responsible for all the brands that advertise in the music venues here in LA.
Ashe. Before we start this festival, this celebration, this high tech, they always call the priest. I'm Baba Izioku. I'm the Khan High Priest. And we do things in accordance to our African tradition, calling my ancestors from the north, east, west, and south.
She's the president and CEO of your Los Angeles Sparks.
So let's give a warm round of applause to Miss Christine Simmons.
Give it up.
Our identity as African American students at UCLA, and so much of it was here as a hub right here in Leimert Park. And so the fact that the Bringer of Hope Foundation has come together with TEC Leimert is so phenomenal, because now we're seeing the innovation of what social change looks like, right? And in this digital age, in this age of creativity, in this age of entertainment and social influence, now we have to figure out how we are bringing change, but through those mediums, but most importantly, monetizing it, right? So the panel earlier about the future of the creative economy is so key. We have to continue to be optimists amongst adversity, right? We have to continue to leverage social capital, but we have to do it smart. And we have to understand the business of business so that way we can continue to make that social change. We really talk about the impact that we can make. And the African American students on campus continually create programs, as well as so many other communities on campus, but create programs where they know they're going to be able to take that degree, give back, and create change.
We have such great panels, great information. Hopefully you signed up for some of the innovative topics that are being discussed today. It's really amazing. So if you go onto your phones and connect your Wi-Fi to TEC Leimert, you can be activated to the free Wi-Fi that's provided here today by Sabrigo.
I was invited here today to showcase some of my work. You can find me online as well. And yeah, local.
president, and how does it all be involved in it. You know, today we have 3 amazing entrepreneurs in fashion and technology here to join us.
How many of you guys have ever been, you know, around a group of people and, you know, you've forgotten someone's name? Okay, 3 people. Shy crowd. There we go. All right. So imagine every time you see these people, their name appears next to their face. That's the kind of technology we're enabling. Or if you're going around town, you get lost, you're in a new part of town, the directions from your phone appear floating out on the road. That's what we're creating. Incredible. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Janet Liriano. I'm CEO at Lumia. Lumia creates textile circuits that can heat, light, and sense. So what is a textile circuit? It looks like this. It's a fabric that can be patterned like a printed circuit board to perform different functions. We sell that B2B to brands in the apparel space, military, furniture, and auto. There's textiles everywhere, and we're looking to make the world around you smarter than it is.
We don't apply software as we do to physical, for example, real estate. You think of owning a house, right? And it's like, everyone wants to own a house now, but it's like software is mostly digital and you can't physically hold it, right? It's like we don't apply the same concepts. So I'm here to say, like, once I apply that concept of digital architecture on a grand scale and fuse it with the culture, now let's stand up and rise as one to build our own infrastructure. How do we build our own operating system that's monetized by the culture itself, rather than just serving as an entertainment on other platforms?
When I was in high school, everybody wanted to be a ball player. Everybody wanted to be, you know, some sort of celebrity. And I'm here to say there are other kinds of celebrities that, you know, what happened to the George Washington Carvers? What happened to the Elijah McCoys? All right. So I'm here building a forge to show people that there are other ways to be really cool. What we see around us in American culture is a lot of creativity that comes out of Black and brown communities. And people talk about cultural appropriation. I don't care, turn it up. Bring out more stuff, be even more creative. And I believe that we can harness that.
Amazing.
If you're out in the East Coast, out in LA, you don't need many different weathered items, but you know, if you go outside and your shirt can tell that it's cold and it starts to heat, the fibers themselves, and then you walk in the subway and it's no longer cold, that heating can shut off. Or in the summer, you're sweating bullets and your textile can cool you down because it's responding to your temperature. Thermal control is something that we're very excited about. That's useful from, you know, a regular general consumer and also from a safety perspective.
How is technology changing fashion? You have smart clothes, smart glasses, smartphones. Is security a concern, and how are you guys dealing with that?
I'm just wondering how publicity has changed as the music industry has changed. So as like traditional media readership has gone down, has the publicity game changed at all?
A lot of these artists, they just, whoever can bring them money, whoever can help them out, that's who they're willing to listen to.
It's about the
money.
It's always about the money. Don't lose focus. You don't bring the money in, you're gonna get fired.
That's true. That's true. Mark and I were talking earlier about just touring and about like the gospel market. And there's a thing called hard ticket sales and soft ticket. The gospel artists are used to playing churches. And you go to church there on Sunday, you just see them there. You don't pay a ticket there to go get them, to go see them, right? So that gospel fan base is really used to seeing artists for free. So it's hard for them to get hard tickets. So a lot of times gospel artists aren't connected to agencies because again, it's all about the money.
Every artist I have, I want to do 3 singles and 3 videos until it's right, or until the customer says, I'm ready for an album. So I tell artists, lay out your roadmap for yourself. You know, what does that look like? What does that look like from a social media standpoint, a touring standpoint? You know, it's like your own vision board that you kind of create for yourself. And then look at how you can implement that. There's so many resources now where you can get videos. You can go to like a LA City College and find a student who's going to like make videos for you for free. There's so many things now where you can control your destiny, but you got to figure out what that roadmap is for yourself. So I always say, kind of look at like what a year looks like and create that for yourself.
Labels really don't do artist development anymore like they used to back in the day. And it was about finding people, diamonds in the rough, and making them stars.
From my side, you might have a hot record, but you need to put together a real show.
Yeah.
I mean, it was how many times have you been to a concert? They're excited to see the artist, and all they do is walk back and forth across the stage with their homeboys in the back. That's not a show.
Right.
Like, take some time and be proud of your craft and hire the right people to put together a real show.
As an aspiring exec, I know that a lot of people take jobs just to get our foot in the door. Like, once we're already in the door, like, how do we end up where we want to be? Like, what plan should we take?
Don't get stuck.
How do you avoid
get
getting stuck?
Keep your ears open, listen and learn, don't talk too much. People that are executives don't want to hear you giving them your opinions because you don't know nothing yet. So be quiet, listen, learn, and then always look about who's above you. An executive, do you want to be where they are when you get and if it's not, the answer is no, move. Try to find the next opportunity. Where you find your opportunities is by networking like this. Keep open to your competitors. Be friends with everybody. You never know when that person can come back around and offer you an opportunity. I'm an agent, so I handle touring of major national touring attractions, from Justin Bieber to Cardi B to Usher.
And I just thought like what I was doing wasn't that important. I was filing papers. But to the people that I was doing it for, it did make a difference. And I did it with a smile on my face, and I was there on time, and I stayed late, and I worked hard. Like I had a job, so then I was working for free. And it made a difference. People notice that you don't even notice. Yes. And will give you, sometimes will come to you opportunities. It'll come from places you don't even expect. Yeah, so just work hard, be dedicated, friendly to people, authentic, have integrity, and it'll line up. I really enjoyed speaking with the other panelists. I thought the audience was good. Everyone was engaged. Everyone asked good questions. It was a good panel overall. Would love to come back next year.
The business weeds people out that aren't in it for the long term. You just get weeded out and no one remember you even in it. You gotta stay in it for the long term.
This is a great panel. Let's give them a hand.
I wanted to come here not only to make some connections, to bring some information and bring some entertainment back to the Sparks, but also to learn about how technology is playing a part in that.
The TEC Conferences has been really good. This is the second year I've attended, so I've been enjoying it. I'm happy to be a part of it as a speaker this year.
I am here with TEC Leimert. I'm a part of the planning team. We've been planning for months to bring this really great conversation to Leimert Park area. We have a lot of people out and really great panels, so I hope everyone is enjoying it.
I got giveaways, I got gift cards, I got movie passes I'm gonna give away, plus I got a pair of tickets to go to the San Diego Soul Music Festival. That's Charlie Wilson, Monica, Joe, After 7. Somebody here's gonna walk away with a pair of tickets.
After the morning sessions, attendees were greeted and happily served with great food from the local caterers. It was a great day of nourishment for the body and mind. Added bonus of meeting really outstanding people. Long-standing supporters of the community, such as KJLH Radio 102.3 FM, were there, as well as Councilman Marquise Harris-Dawson.
The creative capital of the world. We produce the most creative projects anywhere in the world. All the movies come out of here, most of the music comes out of here, a lot of the fashion comes out of here, a lot of the visual arts come out of here, a lot of the performing arts come out of here. So Los Angeles has got 750,000 jobs in the creative economy right now. Right now, we've got 750,000 jobs in the creative economy. A lot of you work in the creative economy already. In the next 5 years, we expect that to exceed 1.5 million. So 1.5 million creative jobs here in Los Angeles. So Los Angeles, the region, is the creative capital, while South LA and really Leimert Park is a mini capital of that creative center. We appreciate TEC Leimert today. We want to encourage you. We want to let you know that the city of LA is here for you. If there's any resource that you need that we can make available to you.
As TEC Leimert attendees prepared for the next round of conferences, everyone was thrilled to see so much activity and excitement, acknowledging that this unprecedented event was long overdue.
I am really excited to be here today to talk about something that's impacting all of us in a really promising way, and that is disruption in film and TV. Here with TEC Leimert, we have an incredible panel that's been assembled, representing people across all different parts of film and TV.
My name is Mel Jones, and I'm president of production at Homegrown Pictures. And together we've made Dear White People and Burning Sands, and a film that will be released on Netflix called Juanita. And most recently, I directed a digital web series called Leimert Park.
Yeah. I'm Brian Smiley. I'm Vice President of Creative Development and Production at Columbia Pictures, part of the Sony Motion Picture Group. We make big studio movies, most recently Peter Rabbit, Jumanji 2, which was a massive success, which we're excited about, and happy to be here.
Hi, Rebecca Agbe-Davies, Vice President of Programming and Acquisitions at Crackle, a Sony Pictures television channel. And I've been there for 5 years. Prior to that, I had a development and production background, also acquisitions and product management, but have been focused on digital programming and OTT programming, streaming, and ad-supported streaming specifically over the last 5 years, and growing streaming television businesses.
So my name is Corey Griffin, and I was born and raised not too far from here, but I'm a software engineer at Rotten Tomatoes. I started there in about September, and they're completely rebuilding their website, so I'm just part of that process, and we're launching soon, so go to Rotten Tomatoes within the next couple of months, and it should be looking cool.
You're seeing this enormous shift of where people are spending their time.
The pipeline is so traditionally controlled by executives going to the gut and hoping that their gut tells them the right decisions. Now that you can not just say, well, my gut's telling me this, you can say, actually, here's 100,000, 200,000, 1 million people who agree that this concept or this idea or this face works. It's harder for people to say no to that, and easier for executives to write checks and say yes.
Rebecca, can you talk a little bit more about, for an OTT, over-the-top platform like Crackle, how do you think about selecting content, and like specifically now that we can personalize the experience to consumers, what's that process like for you?
We're ad-supported, so just like we're talking about subscription VOD, which is SVOD, Crackle is AVOD, which is ad-supported VOD. So I'm very much looking at content that suits the ad-supported experience. It's usually very often a comedy, something that's light with characters and easy to move through. You're gonna have a commercial, it's free, it's 100% free, and you're streaming and it's easy to access, but the benefit of having it be free is that you're going to have to watch some advertising, which I know is controversial for some people, but I do think that if you're getting premium content for free, then I think watching some ads is maybe okay.
I started when I was about the same age as Pam. I'm about 15. People in high school come to my piano class and listen to my beats all the time. So the good thing about it is I have both parents, and they always encouraged me to be more and think more of myself. So in my mind, I knew I was destined for greatness, so I just went for it. When I came to LA, I was living with, I used to call my uncle, Nick Diamond. He's the owner and creator of Diamond Supply Co. So this was maybe 2000 and...
Wait a minute, Diamond what?
Diamond Supply Co. So he's the creator of that clothing line.
Oh, nice.
So I used to drive from Sacramento to LA like every week, so it was like 5 hours. So I used to do that, stay with him. I used to be out at all the skate parties. And this is when LA had a different scene in the nightlife and stuff like that. It was more skateboarders, and Terry Kennedy, and all that was popular.
Right now, STEAM is hot and everyone wants to talk about how do we integrate STEM in education, especially when it comes to K-12, but they get very uncomfortable, and I've known it from corporations that I've worked with, that I won't say, but corporations that I've worked with, when you say, I want to create a program for Black boys and Black girls, it's like, oh, well, why not all? It's like, well, let's look at the data. So let's talk about that. So what are some of the barriers?
So I think some of the barriers, and you know, we all in this room probably know, we start failing black kids in 4th grade as far as when it comes to math and science learning. We start there, and it just compounds itself as they go on and advance in school. The biggest problem we have is teacher education, right? I think I'm interested in STEM and STEAM because the biggest thing, right, people don't recognize the mathematical and scientific genius that black folks walk into the classroom with. We don't know what to do with it.
It feels as though giving something to black students means taking something away from other students, which I think speaks more so to the power of whiteness, and that it's able to hide itself in the guise of neutrality. And so I think when we talk about educating black boys and girls, students of color, that's a conversation that needs to be had. It can't be tiptoed around. And that's what we are seeing a lot of in all subjects, but especially in mathematics.
2 things, funding and methodology. Government funding, depending on the zip code of the school, determines how much funding that school and district will get for materials. And it is a known fact that low-income, underserved, underpopulated communities, those schools receive the less. And it has nothing to do with black and white. It has everything to do with dollars.
Local musician Mike Eason also witnessed TEC Leimert as being something special.
I guess my question to you guys is, as you guys continue to work and disrupt the media space, how do you guys manage continuing to innovate and take risk in an environment that is sometimes risk averse? I know that like Hollywood is very calculated on the type of risk they take. For instance, my role I work in sales, so I put together a lot of plans and programs to market films and TV shows for different studios and networks. And I know our audience. Our audience are young black people. We're mobile first, we're social media first. And I put together like super custom plans that kind of reflect the things that I know that our audience cares about. When we put it in front of them, sometimes they're a little old school, you know? It's like almost painful for them to like really leap and make those commitments just because it's unknown territory for them, you know? So, and I know that's something that you guys face also, right? So it's like, how do you guys, you know, once you're in a team like Columbia or Sony, how do you really make sure that you're at the forefront and innovating while also kind of navigating the executives at the top who still might be like, this is old school, this is the way we do things?
We're following you.
We are paying attention, we are listening, we want to take risks, and we are following the lead though of people who are closer to the audience. So just keep doing what you're doing and find advocates for you too in places, network studios that understand you as a brand or you as a creator and that can help tell your story.
So if you have a show and people are watching it but not watching it the way that you want them to, and you feel like if more people know about it they would, I would first start with Facebook ads, and then, you know, again, try to find someone who does that. The Blavity dude right here, you know what I mean? Like people who actually do it, ask them what they do.
So you said take risks, that you guys take risks. Acquiring content. How do you go about that? I know that most of the time you use distribution companies, but what about online aggregators? What is it that you do in your process to getting, like you said, new and up-and-coming filmmakers in the seat, and if they have content that's already completed, how do you go about acquiring, you know, your content?
If you're making content, you know, find a home for it, hopefully a curated home, like one of the Blavity channels, for example. Where, you know, it fits into a network or a brand. So if I'm looking for something specific, I can go there and maybe find what you're doing that fits into that mold, right? So I think, you know, make the content and find places to distribute it where people who are looking for it can find it. I think that makes sense. On the, you know, that's how we start finding young creators. I mean, that don't come from the traditional agency management channels.
How do you guys believe VR will disrupt the TV and film industry?
It's another form of media entertainment that will take consumers' eyeballs off of other forms of media entertainment. So from that aspect, I think it could be disruptive. I think VR, are you in the VR space?
I'm into a lot of spaces, but it's just off the top of my head. More so is how are you guys currently implementing it, or your plans for the future on how to implement it?
Right now it's marketing from a theatrical standpoint. You know, we can release a Blade Runner, VR experience, and hopefully get more people to be aware of the film. The revenue hurdles for VR are massive, and right now it's not a clear revenue stream.
So more so you're waiting for mass adoption before you guys fully embrace it?
It's a must, or we may not survive. It's going to need users to know it exists and to actually pay for content.
I thought the panel discussion was good, very informative. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good, very knowledgeable, very resourceful. So I'm really glad that I came, and they offered some really good advice and information.
An incredible suite of professionals who are experts in the area, whether on the content creation side, production side, distribution, financing, audience engagement and curation. I'm really happy that I was able to join and participate. When people mention disruption, right, what does that really mean? How is that impacting business decisions that are taking place every day? So I think the discussion really touched on the nuance and the changes that we're seeing happening in the industry. And what I would hope is that if there was someone in the audience who was interested in becoming involved in this space, I think they would have been able to walk away with a lot of good advice on how they can innovate themselves, how they can prepare themselves to take advantage of the opportunities that are happening in the industry right now, and then also learning about different influencers and tastemakers and distribution platforms that they can now benefit from, whereas 5, 10, 20 years ago, if you were an independent creator or looking to be a distributor, those options just wouldn't have existed.
Hey, so I came in today to speak on the panel, Disruption in TV and Film, which was very exciting and engaging, and I think really informative for the audience and the panelists as well. Next year, I'm excited to come back and really learn more.
Let's go deeper into that, telling your story in all directions. Because every panel you went to prior to this one feeds into this one. Like every piece that you've ever picked up, everything you learned today actually feeds into augmented reality and virtual reality in some form. Every discipline probably in the world feeds into augmented reality and virtual reality, because what we're actually doing is creating an extended reality and a new reality at the same time. As a proponent of that of virtual reality and augmented reality, actually participating in both those industries, what I realized, there's not many of us. And I realized they've already created a reality, this reality, without us in mind, and nor our sensibilities. And I'd be darned if we let them do it again. So, if I had to give a message, that is the message, is get involved. We have Amanda Shelby here. I love Amanda. She should be up on the panel. She should definitely be up on the panel. We have Travis, we have Eric. There's a lot of people that are in different industries, and we all converged into this one.
When I think about all the different possibilities, I like to depend on like a framework, right? And this, I once heard Mark Zuckerberg describe virtual reality and by extension, augmented reality as being able to really transform the way that you play, the way you perform work, and the way that you communicate, right?
You can get training from experts that are, halfway across the world, which is really great.
It costs you nothing, literally nothing. There's 1,000 users. You go to YouTube and you type in Unreal Learning or Unreal Tutorial, and you'll have at least 30 people give you 40 to 50 videos on tutorials on everything, how to get your first person onto the screen, how to make them walk, jump, and even talk, and how they can even interact with all the objects in the world.
But I would say that those game engines are immersive experience engines as well. So when we look at content creation, you should look at it as an opportunity to build your own world that you can tell your immersive stories in, that your characters are the people that are in the headset as opposed to the people in the world that you create.
So we really just wanted to bring a lot of industry professionals and lower the barrier of entry. Basically, event of this caliber costs $1,000 across town, but we wanted to do a service to our community and bring industry leaders for 2% of the price. I'm really happy about the turnout. Everybody came, and it seems like everybody had a great time. So I just really want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Go TEC Leimert.
I had a wonderful time. I love the fact that we're in Leimert Park and exposed to a lot of the stores and vendors and cultural background and history of this area. And I love that we're talking about technology and entertainment and where we can go in the future for the community.
Sensational time. Wholly overwhelmed. This was well done. It's such an event, and it's much needed, and it seems like it was well received by everybody that was here.
We could not do this without you sharing your information, all of your expertise, and that goes for every speaker that's still here in the room. Guys, this would not be possible if you weren't willing to come back and share. So thank you. The community thanks you. I grew up here in Leimert. I thank you. Thank you. This is all a labor of love. Amazing volunteers. Lawndale High School. UCLA, USC. So we're doing a lot of things throughout the year, so continue checking with us, continue checking on the website. We'll be posting, sending out information, but stay connected, because this is the community that we want to build. So thank you all, hope you had a good time, and hashtag tech yourself.
My second year coming back, and I've continued to see how it's continued to grow, and I know it'll continue to grow. So it's great.
It was really great learning about all the different types of technology going on out there, what people are working on, and how to best do it. So learned a lot.
Future is so great. There's so many possibilities, but nothing happens without this right here. Right? That's our global future. Every creed, every color, mankind. That future, it starts right here in the community. We started this in July as our proof of concept to make sure that the content that we were providing here was right, that there was an appetite for it, and we got a resounding yes. So this is our second annual event. We want to do this to infinity. We're the entertainment capital of the world, right, in Los Angeles. We talked about those resources. Let's make Leimert Park a global destination. It's culturally iconic. Let's make it a global destination. And we're starting here with TEC Leimert.
Everybody got to see something good quality content, got to come away with something that they can take back into their lives and help them get excited about technology. And that was the whole goal.
Next year, we're going to have even better conference, bigger and better. We'll try to top this year, but that would be hard to do. But visit our website at techleimert.com to stay updated. Follow us on Instagram at TEC Leimert, on Twitter at TecYourself, TECYLSELF. It should be right here, down here somewhere. But yeah, thank you guys so much. See you next year.
What would you tell people who are sitting at home and thinking that they may want to come to Tech, or they're thinking maybe I'll go next year? What would you tell those people?
You should have been here, and you should be here.
The benefit is knowing that it's possible, and that there are people doing things that look like you and that care about you and are here telling you that you can do it.
To get out there to really speak and let them know how I really felt amongst other record execs, and I also got some game too as well.
This event is growing every year. It's getting better and better.
Focusing that energy on a place like Leimert Park and Crenshaw right now at this moment, I think it feels like the time to do it.
Writers and directors and aspiring artists who are now doing it. So just roll up your sleeves, get to know each other, network with each other is really good advice.
Don't miss Tech Leimert 2020. You got to be a part of this amazing event.